Greetings, everyone. Glad you could make it. Mark Miller here. Rory is not with us today. He is, I don't remember what he's doing today. He's got some prior obligations, so we're going to, of course, wish him well. And we'll see him next Tuesday, and that's when I'll be back as well. I've got, I think, a quick show today is what I think I have, because I've got to go catch a plane, and I'm not exactly sure what time I have to leave, so there's a little bit of that going on in the background. So let's take a look at kind of where we are here. Let me just realize I needed to check in the code, and I didn't do that today. So we'll do this more. I've been doing more UI work on the Dragon the Dungeon Masters app on the Dungeon Masters app, and I'll just throw all of this stuff in here as well. This also includes we added the this is what we did yesterday, added the secondary hue. Basically, let's call it color shift. Yeah, I see, Will. I see what you're saying to me. Hold on a second. Added the secondary color shift for the fireball, which I think turned out really nicely. I'm really pleased with that. And then I've done more work on this. So let's stage all of this. I'm ultimately working. I'll show you where I'm headed on this. I'm not sure I'm going to kind of play in that space today. I have a different idea where I'm going to play, but I'll kind of show you the big deal that I'm heading towards here. Will says, "Rip Rory, and catching planes is hard. Try using a net." Certainly, of course, let's do that. Let's see here. I want to go to. So my item builder is kind of one of my big deals that I'm working on. Oh, and it looks like we're running. So do I have it up? I do not. So I'm going to close this app down right here. Just let me run this first here. Wait, I can't do it anyway from here, from this view. So we'll go ahead and close it down, get this back in here. So my item builder is kind of starting to look like this right here. And it's this really heavy UI piece. The item can have multiple mods. This is the mod editor right here. It can have multiple attacks. The attack editor is collapsed, but my intention here is to intelligently expand and collapse the appropriate editor based on which one of these attacks is selected. And so you can kind of see some of the different options here. But every time you see this kind of thing here, this is this really cool control I created called essentially I think it's called an editable list box. Yeah, you can see it right here, which it has add, duplicate, and delete buttons built in, which is exactly what we need. And the duplicate functionality is built in as well. It just serializes the thing that's selected and then deserializes it as well. The add is the only one you really have to put an event handler in, I think. And then there's a when selection change, you need an event handler on it as well. But it's pretty simple to work with. So I can add different damages. The individual damage editor is right underneath here. So the damage has the role and what kind of type it is. And some other pieces down here. Will is asking, expander, should I use an expander? I don't know. I was big on expanders like 3 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago when I started, getting into WPF and looking at it. For this, though, I'm not entirely certain that's the best way to go. But if I want to go that way, it's not hard to do that. My idea was simply because I guess part of the thing is I don't like the click the button to expand kind of thing. I want this to be done in response to selecting a particular damage. Then this is going to come out and we'll see it. Or selecting a particular attack, and this will be filled up with that selected attack so that we can then change it. That's kind of the idea of what I want to do. So anyway, that's kind of the big deal that I'm working towards right here. But I find that the coding of this is kind of tedious, and I don't think it makes for a very good show. I don't think it's very exciting to watch. And so as a result, I've been kind of, not feeling so up on this. I was much happier with yesterday's show, where we're like, from start to finish, we have an idea and we crank it out and we see the end result in that. But this UI is so heavy. This is going to take, I think, some work to get all of this thing done. And today I'm just not I think, up for that work today. But I'll show you what I am up for, what I'm thinking about. And I have not done, as usual, I've done no prep work on this, like I should be doing. Let's do one more thing over here. Now that we've checked this in, let's add a tag. I believe we are on, let's see here, episode 94. So we're going to say EP-94-begin. Like that, and push the tag out, add the tag, and let's put that over here. Will Bennett says one more time, view models. Well, I got view models, Will. I don't think view models are the only, is going to make this any more exciting or fun to watch. EP94 begin. This is the source code we're working with right now. So if you're interested in that, you can get that. I put a link to it out in the chat room. And what I wanted to play with was essentially this data. Right now, this data is not being sent out. Here, I'll show you the current state of where we are. Let's switch over to a view where the overlays load. I've said this before. You can see the coins coming in, but these scroll bars around the edge means an overlay is still in the process of loading. I've noticed, though, that before I've got 3 overlays, and before all 3 of them are loaded, I can actually do some things, like, for example, launch drones or other kinds of things. For example, here, as I've seen in the past, when I've gone in here and I say, let's grab like Fireball 3, test effect there, you can see that's all working right there. So there's the Fireball we built yesterday. I'm super happy with all of these. They have kind of a magical look to them. It's one asset, or essentially 2 assets that are 2 animated assets, one for the foreground and one for the background. And we're just changing the colors using these adjusting hue, saturation, brightness, or secondary adjust hue, saturation, brightness. And so we can create a fireball that has a very different look depending on what kind of magical effect we're looking for. These are going to shoot up over live players while they're playing Dungeons and Dragons game, these different effects that we're building. The piece that so let's see, I should be also able to then click here, and there you can see over the live stream, there's the graphic coming up. However, the data here is not actually matching the data that's showing up on the live stream. So you can see, for example, here my armor class is 10, but in the live stream, the armor class is 14. And what I want to do is I want to send that data and populate it. That's what I want to look at doing, because I have to do it anyway. So there's, I think, some signal R in there, but I think we've got the structure already built for us. That's what I think we have to do. That's what I think we have to do there. That's Will Bennett in the chat room playing around with some of the stuff we built before. He just did a test poof right there. And I think, by the way, let's just double check this. I think Mr. AnnouncerBot is with us. He is not with us. Why is Mr. AnnouncerBot not with us? I'm pretty sure I started Mr. AnnouncerBot. Looks like he did die. Let's start him up again. I see an authentication failed error message here. I'll show you what I'm looking at right there. That, but I've seen that before. There may be something else. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, I think we're getting the chat room indication that he's there with us. Although the is not working, and that means the mark is not working. So Mr. Nutspot is not apparently entirely working. Let's check the other app. Are we running the other one? Looks like we are still running the other one. Okay. Well, I don't have a good answer for that, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the chat room is what I'll have to do. Will, you can certainly say, type in some poofs and stuff like that, the visual stuff, and I'll probably be able to spot that in the meantime. So, okay, so that's kind of where I want to go with this. I want to to fix this so we're actually sending the data from here. And then I think I need to save that data out eventually as well. And maybe even in a really cool thing, go grab that data from like dndbeyond.com, for example, which has different character data out there. So I'm going to have to, I haven't worked on this in a while, so I'm going to orient myself a little bit with this. So let's kind of do that. I'm going to close down the app here. And let's go look at character sheets and where it's used. I think it's used just over here in our main, right here, the main window. And we have these character sheets on each one of these different pages here. So there's a character sheet for the character named Kent, and character changed. And this is before I started using view models. So I think at this point, I actually don't have, I don't have a view model out there. I'm actually don't think I need one. Will's probably freaking out hearing me say that, but I'm going to argue that I don't need one for this because I'm going to have, is that true? Well, I'm feeling it's a weak argument is what I feel like it's becoming as we go through this. The reason why I was thinking that is because this is storing all the data and it's not hard to create. And I already have kind of the, I don't know if I'd call it the equivalent of a view model, but I already have a class to represent the character out here in D&D core. I've got this character class right here, which has a whole bunch of stuff on it. And the most interesting piece in here is up here at the top, these are all the properties that this thing has. So if I can generate one of these, I guess my thinking was if I can generate one of these from a character sheet, from the source code to a character sheet from this, then I kind of am okay, but I still need to then, my second thought after that was, well, but then I still have to assign it and take it. Scrolls blocking the code. Gotcha. Okay, let's fix that. I wasn't sure why you switched to page 2, but there we go. So let's look at that character again. So here we go, right here, these pieces. And so I was thinking that, but I'm also thinking, well, if I can just take one coming in and out, then I kind of get a lot of the benefits that a view model would give me. And it doesn't have a lot of the things that a view model would, that I normally associate with a view model on it. And that, like, for example, the things we added for enum list and the radio enum list, those kind of really showed the values of having a separate class to represent the data at runtime. I'm arguing that this class can represent that data at runtime and kind of be that class for us. So with that said, let's kind of go down that path and we'll see if we run into any trouble with that means we got to back out of this. Let's just review the code for this. Got a character changed event, a preview character changed event, and I've got some internal mouse down. So I'm just looking at mouse downs on the different pages. Then I call on page changed, which is going to switch to that particular page. And on any state change, then I call on character changed. Cool, getting interesting. Okay, so that's just going to call that out. I feel like there's a, let's go look at the character changed event, see if we got any listeners out there already out there to that. It looks like the answer is yes in the main window. There we go. We get to here. I'm just using tab to next reference here. Okay, character. There we go. Look, we've already got a get character inside of here. That also makes me happy. Okay. And you can see we're actually setting values to it. Not everything is set. For pieces that I don't have UI for yet, I've just commented out those properties right here. Yeah, so Will says if you don't need to update properties or execute actions, then you can just use the model instead of creating a view model. Yeah, that's kind of what I believe I'm going to be doing here. In other words, I'm going to use the controls to hold the data, and I'm going to periodically load it from that model, the character class, and periodically get a character from it. So for example, this is one of my periodic calls whenever there's a change to come generate a new one of these so I can send it down. The cool thing about this is actually it looks like the code to get all this data is already written. I remember I didn't realize when I started this that I'd written this code already, but this is great news. Then we serialize that object and we return that object out. That's the call to get character. And then we actually send it out. This is really, really, really good news. So that means then that we should be able to get this out in the other side of this in the player data changed handler and actually look at that character and start setting properties. So where is that going to be? Probably close to here. Look at that, player data changed. And we've got a console.log call. Update player data. And I bet this is the piece that's not done yet. No, it is done. What's it going on? Well, let's look at it. What's the best way to run this? I can't look at things. I don't really have a great way. I guess I can. I can't break through without starting multiple projects. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to kill some stuff that's running here, kill the overlay manager, kill the kill Mr. Announcer bot, and come back up into multiple projects here. I don't think I can grab it from here. So let's go do that. Let's come up here. Yeah, Will says, Will has probably not hooked up on the TypeScript side. I don't know. It looked like it was right there, but that was kind of weird. Let's look at set startup projects. This is the feature I want for the next version of Visual Studio, to remember these projects when I switch to just a single one, because I'm frequently going back and look at all these clicks, right? It's like eyes here, eyes move here, click, look, now move down, click, now eyes here, click, look, move down, click, right? It's a lot of work just to come back to get this simple state. So I would love for it to remember these last pieces right there. All right, so click OK there. We're going to go in, we're going to kill every instance of Chrome that's already out there, and we're going to run and start, and then we'll be able to debug this and figure out why the data's not coming down. Hey there, beautiful.
Hi.
What's going on?
I need a charger that's on your thing.
Really? Look at this. This is not what I call a professional show. You need a charger? Like a phone charger? A phone charger?
No, one of these chargers.
That one is in my, you're going to have to crawl back out. It is, because I got the walking desk, kids.
It's so hard to get onto this desk.
This is like, I'm doing the Muppet Show and you're like a Muppet. That's kind of cute. All right, so it's in my backpack in one of the side pockets. Okay? There you go. All right,
Sorry.
goodbye. Goodbye. Totally professional show here, kids. Pay no attention. Pay no attention. That is hilarious. I feel like I'm in a Mel Brooks movie, by the way, right now. Okay. All right, so let's see. We are here. Let's inspect. I think we got to go to the Dragon overlay, though, is what I think we have to go to. Dragon front. No. It's the back overlay, which is called what? I forget. Is it just Dragon back overlay? Drone overlay. No, it's just called, it's the main one. It's this one. It's just this main one, I think. It's the main index page. It's that one right there. Okay, so let's now see if we can change pages with it. What happens with that? We can change pages with it. Okay, and let's now change some data here. Let's change this to an 11, hit enter on that. And did we get something out here in the console? Player data changed, but nothing's coming in. Player data changed, nothing was coming into that. Interesting, it's totally empty. Why is that the case? Update player data. Player data is there. Number 3, player data changed. Player data, I just want to make sure. Player data changed. Why is that the case? All right, let's go back to the C# side of things, and we can set a breakpoint on this. Could it be that I've only got an event handler for character change on Kent? That could be my problem. So let's go back over to Kent and see what happens. Let's switch the page to Kent and change this to an 11. Hit enter on that. And what's going on there? Still nothing coming in. Okay. All right, so let's go back over here and let's set a breakpoint right there. And let's see what we got. Let's make a change here. Change the initiative to +3. We didn't even get here. Is that because we don't have the events hooked up yet on it? Character sheet, Kent, character changed. Character changed. Okay. On character changed, any state changed. I don't think we're getting here is what I think we are not getting. Oh, there we got one. Okay. So let's run it. Let's do this. What do we get for this? We get something and we're sending it. Okay. Let's go take a look at the, what we got. Now we got data. Okay. So I think there's something wrong on the hookup side where we're just not sending all the data. Now, are these numbers all matching now is the next question. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, all the way across the board. Looks like they're all matching now. I wonder what happens if I do that and that. Okay, so it looks like one didn't trigger, the other one did. So it's like, it looks like that's part of my problem here. And my +3 is now being changed. And did this one get checked? Yeah, it did. Check it out. So I checked this, and you can see right over there, it got checked as well. So we can do like a death save as well. Click on that. Nothing comes across immediately because we don't have any changed event handler on that. Do we have anything over here? If I change inspiration to 1, hit enter. No. So it looks like alignment had something changed on it, but the other pieces did not, and we need to hook those up. So let's go hook those up. Let's go do that. I don't think I can do it while I'm running, though. So I'm going to have to close it down. Close it down. All right, so that's actually pretty cool, though. So it's like I had done the work and never tested is what it looks like I've done, which makes me pretty happy now because, well, not happy that I didn't test it, but happy because now I have less work to actually write, less code to actually write now. So let's see, we've character changed on, why are we not hitting the XAML? Okay, there we go, there's the XAML right there. Okay, so we've got character changed on this caret one, and we don't have it here though. We need to get this one, same thing here. So we say character changed, new event handler, and come down here, do the same thing. Character changed equals new event handler. And then finally for the last player, Kayla, character changed equals new event handler. Okay, good. Feeling good about that. That part's needed. Huh. This code could work for all of them. All right, so let's do this. Let's just see, let's do character changed. Handle. Character changed. Let's do that. And then, can I rename these just really quickly and then delete them to update all of the pieces in the XAML? I think I can. Let's see what happens here. Tab to next reference. No, not. Oh wait, because we're here. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's good. Looks good. Okay, so all of that's going to work. Okay, that's going to send that data over. Do they? Yeah, Will's asking, do they need different handlers? They, I think they do not. Okay, so we've got those. The other thing that we noticed is the character changed event was not being fired in all cases. So the any state changed is hooked up where? That's in my stat alignment. Anywhere else? Aha. Okay, so everywhere there's a stat box, we want to hook that up. But I don't want to do that. I want to do it automatically. I think I remember where we left off. I want to go through all of my controls and hook those up individually is what I want to do. And to find all those, at least find all the stat boxes there, that's what I want to do, I think. I don't want to, I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to come in here and do this on every single one. I think I want to do instead is automatically automatically do it, which allows me later to add more controls and not have to do anything because they're just going to hook them all up, is what I think. It's slightly not WPF, I think, to do this because WPF allows you to do templated items and essentially substitute controls, but I'm unlikely to change the stat control. That the stat box is a user control I created. I might switch out for a different kind of edit box, I suppose, but then I could just modify the code to automatically hook those up. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Now, I'm not sure how to do it yet or when to do it, but I have some guesses. So I guess I'll keep this stat changed here just for whatever purposes, and we'll take that out in a bit. But I think I need a loaded, is what I need is a loaded event on my user control, I think. Do I hook that here? That's my guess. Loaded, that looks good. New event handler. All right, so when this is loaded, that's when I want to go through every single visual control child, find out is it a stat box, an edit box, or a checkbox, something like that. And if it is, hook up its changed event to that one, where is it? That any stat changed, right? Hook up any state changed to all the controls on this user control. That's what we got to do. Okay, so I have no idea how to iterate through these, so I'm going to bring up the internet, and we're going to search for WPF iterate through child controls. See what we can find here. Look at all the controls in window. It's probably what I need. All the children's components of a control. Get visual tree, get controls list. Yeah, I always think whenever I see code like this, I think, oh, I feel like WPF could have maybe given us a little bit more. So Visual State Manager. Visual State Manager, we talked about that before, Will. You think the Visual State Manager has got all the controls in it? Visual State Manager. Iterate controls. Got another one on here, by the way. This one's interesting. Yeah, this looks a little more along the lines of the amount of code that I'm expecting to have to use here. Let's just look at what's going on here. Get visual tree info, new string builder. Oh. It's actually not that bad. Okay. It's more like this right here, I think. Yeah. So it's essentially we've got some recursion. Let me grab this and we'll modify that. We'll play with that right there. Okay. So we'll put this in here for now. Just triple get children count. Get. I don't think I want this to be get controls list. I think I want it to be hook changed events to this is what I think I want to do. Sending in this to it. And so let's declare that method. That's going to be my recursive method. Not going to be doing character sheets. We're going to jump all the way down. Let's see what its ancestor is. Keep going down. I'm looking for like UI element. Control maybe? Maybe control. What are they passing in over here? Yeah, they're doing a visual. Okay, let's keep going. I assume framework element's going to get me to visual. UI element. Visual. All right, cool. I'll take that right there. So, hook changed events. It's going to be a visual. And that's what we're passing in. And then inside of there, we need code that looks a little bit more like this, right here. Okay. Child count is equal to get visual tree helper get children count. Okay, get child of the visual. Okay, there's my visual. Then I think I want to do something like this. If visual is stat box, like that, then we're going to say stat box dot, what is it? Something with change in it, I bet. No. What is it? I forget what I had hooked in over here. It was stat changed is what it was. I feel like I was typing in changed. Huh, okay. All right. Whoops, no, I don't want that. I want it to be any state changed. Any stat changed, like that. And then I think this we can all get rid of. And let's call this child. And then we're going to call hook changed events child. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad in terms of amount of code, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's decent. Okay, so that'll get us all of those. That looks better. Here's this doc right here, Visual Tree Helper. Let's look at that. Visual Tree Helper class. Excellent, Will. Thank you so much. Appreciate you doing that and getting this out there for everybody watching this.
Bill Bennett rocks.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Yeah, this code looks almost the same, exact same. Yeah, there's the sample code right there. Nice sample code. I love it. Okay, so so now we have our, let's go back over here. Now we're hooking up to stat changed. We don't have the other pieces. I kind of want to add those now is what I kind of want to do. The other pieces we're using here are these things that we're calling a round check is what we're doing. And we're calling that. So let's look for round checks as well. And so we'll come back over here and we'll say else if a child is a round check, like that. And then we're going to say round check dot, what do I got here? I'm just noticing that I am, looks like in 2019, yeah, I've got IntelliRush on, but it is not showing. It looks like I'm getting Visual Studio's stuff right here, is what I'm getting. Yeah, okay. So anyway, it's checked. And it looks like any stat change is going to work for that. And I almost bet that there's an unchecked here as well that we should probably listen to as well. Unchecked as well. So we'll send that to it. Okay. And then we have one more, which is, let's go get it. Let's close that down. Which are these, that's a stat box as well. Okay, cool. That's a stat box. Excellent. So I think then I've got essentially everything done here is what I think I have. And so that right there, that code should theoretically hook everything up. Let's set a breakpoint so we can just kind of step into that and see if we're hitting where we're expecting to hit. I'm going to set a breakpoint here, here, and at the end of it as well, I think. No, I'll send it at the end over here because it's recursive. I don't want to stop there. I just want to go on the way in. Actually, I don't need one there. I'll put it here instead because it's recursive. And let's run it. Here we go. You don't need the second if really. If you're talking about here, I think I totally need it if child is round check. I don't think I can assume that those are the only two controls I'm going to have on there. Is there something else? Oh. It's this one down here you're talking about, I think, Will. Okay, got any stat changed already. Looks like we've got some pages changed here. You're talking about this one right here. I can just simply call right in there. I agree with you. I don't need this if. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so I'm just going to hit run. I think we're loading. I'm going to clear this breakpoint for now. I think and here we go. It's starting up on another user control loaded. Okay, so that's good. Hey, check it out. We found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just hitting run. I'm going to clear that and run. And we found a round check as well. Awesome, and we're done. So that feels good to me. That means now, let's get our pieces in place here. And if we come in here and we change, now when we started, notice these are all wrong. But if I make a change here, let's see what happens. There we go, nice. So as I'm making changes now, and now everything is syncing up here. So if I come in here and I say 12, nice. And we've even got the calculation is happening automatically. At least, is it happening here but not on my side? It looks like it's not happening on my side. So on the C# side, we don't have the calculation of the modifiers, but over on the other side we do. So if I do a 9, this should be like, I think, a -1. Yeah. And there you go. So we're seeing over here on the left side of the screen, you can see the modifiers automatically being calculated on the other side. We are not doing that here yet. We need to do that, but it's pretty cool. So the highlighters are there. We're able to make those changes. Pretty cool. When we switch pages, though, these are all 15s here, and these are definitely not. So these values are not. I also wanted to do this. There's a make changes here. Oh, wow. This middle one didn't go across. Looks like a bug. Oh, yeah, we got a bug in the TypeScript code. Look at that. Yeah, okay, I see the bug. Let's go fix that bug. Missing notifications probably. Hold on. It'd be much nicer with a pattern matching switch statement. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Small perf improvement, but noticeably not by that much. Missing notifications, probably SQL Mr. Magoo. SQL Mr. Magoo's with us. Oh, SQL Mr. Magoo said that. SQL Mr. Magoo, good to have you out here. Thanks for that suggestion.
Your daughter?
Glad to see you. All right, let's fix this bug first, because that one's bugging me right now. That's going to be in the TypeScript code over in character stat scroll.ts. And let's see, update player data. Well, this looks right. Yeah, okay. John Pye says, loving the purple. I think you're talking about the beard. Yep. Look, I'm headed out to, by the way, heading out today to speak at VS Live in Vegas. So if you guys are going to be there, you know, anybody's going to be there, stop by and say hi. Had them in my session. All right, so there's some problem here. Death save could actually be on the C# side. It just occurred to me as well. So let's go look at the character sheet CS where we're building it. Look at the those death save pieces here. Death save skull. Here's my problem right here. Death save life. So let's set a breakpoint here. Come back over here. Make a change. Okay. So we have, this needs to be a heart, and this needs to be a heart right there as well. Okay. And we'll run it. And now let's see if that fixed it over on this side. I think that probably did. So now I can click there and turn that one individually on and off, and same thing here. Cool. So that's going to look really cool. I'm really liking this, right? So now we have that data that's coming across. Looks like this D4 is not being sent across though. A little bit, there's an issue there. This is 12. Why is that 10 on that side? So not everything is coming across. Looks like perception is not. Let's go see if we can find out what's going on with perception. I don't see it. Oh, it could be up here. Let's just do a search for it. Perception. Okay, it's not there. We are not setting it. So let's figure that out. Set a breakpoint. And let's set that to 13. Is there a way to watch this series from the beginning? Kerjax is asking. Yeah, good, thanks, Will, for that answer. Going to the video tabs there should help. Consider switch option readability improvement, says Renee 877. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're here at a breakpoint. So character dot, I think it was perception we were looking at. Passive perception. Why are these filtering out? I'm not liking that. Passive. What is the setting? I don't remember. All right, let's go. Let's drop a marker and jump in and start looking at.
Okay.
Let's go look at strength, see what we've got here. Perception, really? Oh, that's in creature, sorry. Okay, let's go to character. Proficiency bonus for skill. I'm trying to remember passive perception. Here it is right here. Passive perception. It's private here. Passive perception. Got it. Got it. Okay. So let's make it public. And yeah, it's not going to like that, is it, while I'm running? Let's kill everything. And I'm just going to rename this, and let's go back over to where we were. Character. So wait, actually passive perception is calculated. So it's read only. Okay. So character dot shoot. Okay, I think I see the problem. The problem is I can calculate it. And I'm calculating on the C# side, but this is, I don't know, this may get serialized now. Let's see if that does get serialized. That may be all we need to do by making that public and read only. And then on the other side, we'll take a look and see if we can see it. The other piece we want to look at was, we wanted to look at over here, creating a switch statement on, I'm not sure how that switch statement looks. What are we doing? A switch on type of? Is that what it is? Let's go see if I can find a, C# switch pattern matching on the type. Let's see what we get. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. All right, so we're just going to come in here and we're going to say switch, child, case of stat box, like that. And then we're going to do this. Right? No, what's wrong here? What is it not like? Is it because I had two? Yeah, we're good then. Okay. And structurally very similar. And then both of these in here. And I think everybody is happy in the chat room. When you're changing there, can we use a base class of round check? Oh, that's also a good idea. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's just descends from checkbox, so no big deal there. Sure. Okay, cool. Happy with that. All right, excellent, 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 excellent. Thanks so much.
The chat room is on fire!
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Although I'm just realizing the chat room chats are not showing up. I'm not seeing them up here on the live stream here. Why is that? Why would I not be seeing the chat room there? Chat room is definitely, the control is here, but it's for some reason doesn't look like it's connected. So we'll have to take a look at that for a future episode. Okay, so we've got this. We've done that work right there. We have passive perception. We have a few things that are still not going through, but I think in light of time, I got to get to the airport. I think what I'm going to do is we'll just do a run on this. We'll play around with it. We'll make note of the things that are still not working, and those will be fixed at a later time, I think is what we'll do. And then we'll give away copy CodeRushed. So yeah, good suggestion, Renee A77. I appreciate that. Okay, we're starting up. Here comes the host. And I think there's also this other kind of thing where when we just do this, we're not sending any of this data over. It's not until we make a change that we are actually sending something out. So this, yeah, we were going to see if the character was going to serialize its passive perception. That's what I wanted to find out. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here, run to the breakpoint. Can we evaluate? Not really that effectively. Let's get out of here and find the piece that comes back from this. And let's come in here. And I think I'm just going to copy all of this because I don't have a find. By the way, I would love a find ability right in there. That would be nice. All right, so let's go bring up a notepad, paste that inside here, and see if we can find. Let's turn on wrapping to word wrap and look for passive. Hey, cool. Passive perception is now serialized because we made that, and it's at 12. I wonder if that's enough to fix it on its own. If we run it and we come back over, look here, nope, it's not enough. There's still something we've got to go grab and fill in, but it's good. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy about that. What about these? Can I check these? I cannot check here. So these look like they're disabled. These are enabled. Now what's going on? Why aren't we updating here? It's so interesting. This is like we went from working to not working. Yeah, it looks like that's really interesting. And yeah, I'm totally confused as to what's going on right now. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if we're getting any events here. Click, okay, we're there. And we're sending the data across, and player changed. So that means then update player data. See if we can set a breakpoint here. No, yeah, it's going to stop. I can't do that. Continue debugging. Yeah, we're not going to set the breakpoint there. Player data changes should be coming through the console log, so we still got that as a debugging option here. We can take a look at that in the console. Player data changes, nothing coming through there. Let's do one more change over here on the app. Oh, the app, we're in debugging right now. Let's run it. Okay. And click here, click here, click here. Are we sending anything? We're not sending over any data. It's not getting it. I wonder if I refresh what'll happen. That looks good. And now it's working. So it was kind of a refresh is what it looked like it needed to make all that go away. All right, so passive perception is not being sent out. Gold pieces look like they're totally being sent out. Happy about that. These don't look like they're going out. And so this may be some code that I need to look at. I guess if I make the change, here it is. Interesting, that +4 doesn't seem to be changing at all. Is that +4 coming from here? No. The +4 is being determined elsewhere is what it looks like. So we need to figure that part right out there. Yeah, this is Signal R. It is. SQL Mr. Magoo. Also I saw earlier you said I'm clicking mark viewing Ava. I looked and I thought I was lined up and okay, is what I thought. So we've got a few things to clean up here, but it doesn't feel like it's a lot of hard work. It looks like it's just tracking everything down, testing every piece in here, and then modifying it accordingly. So yeah, I think we're in not bad shape. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So with that, let's give away copy CodeRushed, and we will wrap it up, and I will see everybody next Tuesday. So today's winner, or I should say every day, I should just talk a little bit about it. We use CodeRushed. I'm using CodeRushed inside Visual Studio 2019 right now. And I use it to write code a little bit faster. Yeah, short and sweet. Well, I agree, but that's how it's going to be today because I'm going to go to the airport. And anyway, today's winner is, watch for it. Winner's name will drop from the Visual Studio menus. Here they come. Here it comes.
Quantum Brat.
Quantum Brat. You are the winner. I'm going to reach out to you as soon as this show is over, and we will get you your instructions for how you can get a free copy of CodeRushed. With that, I want to, let me just see, I want to get out and find out who's, looks like Brian Clark is out here streaming right now. So we're going to raid Brian. Okay, thanks. I didn't need that audio right there. What is that Mr. Announcer Bot label in the top middle? He's asking Will Bennett. And I'm not sure where you're getting that from. Where? Oh, right here. What is that? Let's see. What is it? It's the name of the solution, is what it's looking like that is. That's the name of the solution. So it's showing me what solution is open right up there off to the side. Okay, so we're going to raid our good friend Brian. Which do I have a Brian raid button set up? I don't think I do, so we're going to go set that up right now. No, I do right there. There's Clark.io. So we'll get that set up, and we'll say goodbye to everybody else. Oh, it looks like that did not get send it out. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to copy this and come over here and pop it in manually, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.